If you're not here to help Twin Flames Universe look good, attract customers and grow, but just take our customers, for instance, like you're kind of in trouble. It's not good for you. It's the whole reason why we're here.
And we're not going to change the standard. I'm not sure how to get rid of that.
Just leave it alone, it's fine.
Yeah. And please leave it. No, I don't want to. I did that on purpose, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Please leave it.
Bye.
What are you doing? Stop, no, leave it. This is how I want it. Right there. Okay, good. All right, that's good. All right. Stop, leave it. But Mike, what are you doing? Hey, no. Like my shirt? I'm wearing my Twin Flame shirt tonight. You know why? Because I'm out of shirts right now. I don't have a good shirt to wear. But this one I love. This one's fun, right?
Lately, because the bar has been set high, there's been this game of circumventing the bar for harmonious union. You want one thing, and the church is telling you that's not how you get it. And it's a much more difficult process to attain, but it's obtainable. It's attainable.
He states that they've changed things, they set the bar higher to attain harmonious twin flame union. Now, I just have a real simple question. Why is that so difficult? What is this? What makes that so difficult to find to be in a relationship with somebody? Really, it's not. If you're meant to be and you are compatible and you love each other, then it's really not difficult at all. What makes it difficult is when Jeff and Shalia get involved. They make it difficult.
It's harmonious twin flame union. It's what I've bled for my entire life to bring to you. And when I see people stealing or thieving my most precious jewel, I'm not too happy about that, and I don't take that lightly at all.
This church is held up by the support of Shalia and I. We have bled and poured our love and heart and soul into this. And we have called forth love from our student that you too support this church. Mm-hmm. And so when you come into this community, there's an enormous amount of love and support available to you. But we're not going to continue to support and invest in you who would use our teachings and our support to attain union and then get married. Because we're not going to support, because if you get married in the church, we're supporting your whole life. Mm-hmm. You're getting married to your twin flame and you're getting married to the church just the same.
You know, there's a lot of people here that are just in union. And I really hope that you're not planning on just staying there in union, because that's not the agreement that you have with us and this teaching. It's harmonious twin flame union as an ascension path to God, not union. And it was also part of that price we paid was a lesson for the community that you really don't want people attaining HTFU and then like falling out.
Really, bottom line, I could end the video right here. I mean, really bottom line is that they're basically saying that they made an investment in you, which is ridiculous, and it is backwards. And it's not just a union with a twin flame, but their goal is sweat, blood, and tears, right, for harmonious twin flame union, which means marriage. They don't want you to just be in relationship with the person they appointed as your twin flame. No, they want you to get married, but they do not want you to get married outside of their farce of a church of union, this nonprofit bullshit, which is nothing but fraud. That's their investment, and they need to protect that investment. So when you spend your thousands of dollars to find this person, and now they're pissed off because they're finding out, and again, that's the point of this video, why Jeff and Shalia did this video, is that there were people that were falling out of the community and opting to get married and carry on with relationships that have nothing to do with Jeff and Shalia. And that looks bad on them. But how they put that, it's like they have put so much into this. And I'm trying to, what did they put into it? I mean, it's just stolen material from other gurus or spiritual masters, and they create this concept of a twin flame, and then they do these poorly produced videos that people pay thousands of dollars for, And then they do the mirror exercise. So Jeff is going to give us a specific but non-specific example of the specificness of it all. So he's going to give you a specific but non-specific example of what it means, of what he's trying to tell you here.
Let me give you a specific but inspecific example without specifically saying any names, but I'm sure you can figure it out if you're in the know. Let me give you a specific example of Dan and Deanna who came to spiritual boot camp in my house. But instead of doing the work, you're merely just withdrawing energy from the community, putting it into yourself and your relationship, and your man is getting fed very happily finally. You need to make him aware
Yes.
that the love and support you're giving him comes from the community.
Not from you specifically.
Because if you're allowing your man to disrespect and abuse the community, you're allowing him to disrespect and abuse you and me. Don't be a Dan and Deanna.
Don't be a Deanna and a Dan.
And don't allow your twin flame to rob you. And recognize where this love and support in your life is coming from.
You should make your twin flame highly aware of where he's getting his good.
It's this community.
It's this community.
It's this teaching. And if he wants to be a little rat bastard and deny it, well, then he should not be getting any of this energy. And if you want to be a little rat bastard and let him get away with it, then you're going to pay the price.
You're going to pay the ultimate price.
It's your job to enforce the standards to him that allow him to have a wonderful life. It's your job to discipline him and uphold and uplift him, not let him bring you both down.
Not enable this dark behavior that descends your consciousness and, puts you on the outskirts or completely out of this community.
All of this is part of the teaching.
And then your relationship with your twin flame is
Garbage.
basically garbage.
This means you really should have a dialogue with the church about whether you're going to get engaged or married. You really should treat the church as your parent that you should ask permission from. And if you don't like this, if this seems to be an affront to your freedom, I invite you to consider what freedom is.
Oh, I can't wait to find out what freedom is, because I'm not feeling a whole lot of freedom in here. It kind of sounds to me like it's control and dictate. Notice how he says him a lot. He doesn't say her, he says him. So Deanna and Dan, and I won't go into that whole thing, but what it is this is a specific, not so specific example, is that the woman didn't have the man under control, under her thumb. And of course, all this love isn't coming from me, it's coming from them. I mean, I got nothing going on here. My love with my twin flame is not my love. It's their love. It's the community's love. So anyway, I'm really trying to figure these people out. I say, don't be a Jeff and Chalila. Don't be no Jeff and Chalila or Chalulu or Chikupupu. But really, if you, in the concept of the twin flame or soulmates and believing in that, it obviously only works if you're in this community, in the twin flame community. Because if you don't stay within that community, if you don't get married in that community, if you don't do what you're told by Master Guru Jeffy here, then your twin flame is garbage now. And okay, so just like that, it's done, but it's supposed to be your forever. Let's do this. We're invited to find out what freedom is from our Master Guru, that we bow down and worship and do everything we're told by him. That's certainly not freedom.
Freedom is not, I am starving and suffering, but I get to do what I want, what I decide. Freedom is, I am full of resources and joy and happy and alive, and I'm allowed to prosper. Freedom does not mean I don't have to ask for permission from an authority to move forward on my spiritual journey. You don't have to do it in our way, so to speak. We're very flexible with allowing freedom. But where freedom is abused, it will be taken from you. Where liberties are taken where you really shouldn't have, you're going to pay for those. I'm never going to pay your bills.
Right.
Ever. And you might look at me and be like, wow, look how rich he is. He won't even notice these 3 cents that I'm going to rob him of, because it's going to mean the world to me. But for him, he won't even notice. So I'm just going to take a few of this, and I'm going to keep coming back to that candy jar that no one seems to be guarding, it must be there for me. And you can reverse justify again and again how you're taking from us. But I'm going to return home and I'm going to notice those 3 cents that have been taken.
Right. Like if you're not here to help Twin Flames Universe look good, attract customers and grow, but just take our customers, for instance, like you're kind of in trouble. It's not good for you.
You are not honoring the relationship with the church. The church is not going to keep paying you. You are not entitled in any way.
No, because you're considered a bad investment because you are not aligning yourself to our mission and our core value of attaining harmonious twin flame union, getting married in the church, and shining that vibrational light into the world.
Am I getting this backwards or what? I mean, I thought I was the one that paid for all this. Really, he's the one that's using the reverse psychology. He's the one that's talking about he's a millionaire because of you guys that have paid for all these courses. And how dare you steal from them? Steal what? What are they possibly stealing? They're not following the rules. This is a problem. Because this is a business. And you people need to get this wrapped around your brains here. There's no love going on here. None. It's all a business. It's all for show to make Jeff the millionaire. And then he turns it, making it sound like all his people are stealing from him. And you won't get away with it. And then you get the threats. You know, they like to get those subtle threats in. This is not good. We won't let this go. We will figure it out. We'll find out. Find out what? That somebody left your fucking community and decided to go find love somewhere else? Or decided that they were really actually maybe good at coaching and decided to take on their own business and do their own coaching? You got a problem with that after you're a millionaire and everybody else is still scraping your boots, licking your boots?
We quite frankly feel robbed. And I'm not going to sit here and allow my family and my work and my spiritual community to be robbed in my church. You don't have a place here.
It's like money, right? Like you're gonna come to the community and you're getting paid a bunch of money. And you might think that you can stock that money away, and maybe you get away with stocking a lot of that money away. But eventually, when you lose your source of income, you lose the money. And no longer do you have the money. So it might feel good to have that high of being financed by the church, spiritually, vibrationally, emotionally.
Wow, that was profound. Yeah, the church is financing. I mean, he's just so brilliant. I mean, he just is so full of great analogies. And, you know, you could just take some money, you can make money and you can push it away and try to save it. How dare you do such a thing? But if you're not working anymore, there's a good chance you won't have money anymore. Oh, geez, really? Okay. So, so if you don't want to get on board with us and do what you're told, because we give you so much freedom, then you need to, you need to just stop taking my 3 cents because the church is supporting you financially, but not financially, vibrationally. I like that word. These people are going to vibrate right off the planet, aren't they? I mean, they are on such a high frequency that they are so fucking high on their frequency. I'm just waiting for them to just be, boom, done, gone.
And this is what helped to set the precedent for this garbage that we're having to speak about today. Well, they did it. I'm going to do what I want too.
Oh my Lord, the falsetto, I can't even deal. I can't deal with him doing falsetto. He does it all the time. He'll be talking, all of a sudden he'll go into that high-pitched voice. Did you know that he had an acting background? He did drama in school. He never would have made it. Never. No. He is so bad. And this falsetto shit's got to end.
And this is what I was saying, like, yo, you guys are role modeling what we don't want.
So it was really sick and pathetic and disgusting and unacceptable. And we're coming, you know, we're back home in a way. And we're setting things in order.
It's sick, disgusting, horrible, horrendous, fucked up, pathetic, all this. For what? What? For getting married on your own? How dare you? and this is where he gets truly the label for being psychologically cruel to people. Because this is how he talks to people, talks to women, because there's hardly any men at all. I don't, like, all the men are, who knows what role they have. But this is it right here. He's demeaning in a way where he loves to just really flatten people, right? Just really criticize, cut them down, and don't steal. How dare you take from us? And all the name calling and the threats. And the threats get a little better. But what I love the most about Jeff is he's so good with analogies. You know, we had the money analogy, but this one's good.
Yeah. When Warren Buffett says, when the tide rolls out, we're going to find out who's been swimming naked. And this is a spiritual principle. Things cycle. Those who are getting high off of the extra meat of the times are going to be laid to waste. Those who are building sincerely and growing from a stable foundation will continue to prosper even when the tide comes out, and they will be honored when the master comes home. And just because you think you can get away with and hide in a corner, the tide will come out on you. You cannot hide. You cannot hide from the light, and I am the light.
Really, he's had so many classics, but the tide, when the tide, you'll be found naked, and but then it's like, it's all going to come to light because he's a master. But then the tide, if you do right by him and all is good, the tide can still go out or come in. What was it? Go out or come in? It was go out, right? Then you'll be okay, but if not, you'll be laid to waste. I mean, listen to how he says these things. But he does, oh, you know, it's one of my biggest pet peeves with men is when they do analogies. It is.
If you understand spiritual principle more than me, if you see a piece of a spiritual principle where I do not see, bring it up. We will dialogue about it, and we will hash it out.
Right.
But a lot of you guys pretend like I don't know spiritual principle, and that maybe you know spiritual principle a little bit better than me, and that you should school me in some way. Let me tell you, no one has ever schooled me in spiritual principle but the masters.
And me, which is the
You're
same.
the same.
Right.
Only my Father
It's true.
and his saints school me. You're my student. You do not school me. If you think that you understand something better than me, by all means, bring it to the table. I invite you to challenge my spiritual mastery. I encourage you. I dare you.
I dare you. I dare you. Can we use that word ego now? I really think ego fits. And the other video I did where the girl said ego is fear, which it isn't. Ego is Jeff Divine, 100% ego. Nobody can challenge his spiritual mastery. But truth or dare, let's play truth or dare. Let's really play truth or dare. Don't be daring people, because I have a really good chance somebody's going to take you up on this dare. But I don't look at this as a dare. I look at this as truth. Let's really look at the truth in the matter. Because a dare would be like, hey, Mike, you want to play truth or dare? What do you want to do? Do you want truth or dare? Come on. Dare? You want to dare? I dare you to run next door and give Connie a kiss on the cheek. That's what a dare is. He's doing this right now. If you knew Connie, you would understand. So, but that's what dare, and we played that as kids. But he's just so all challenging, isn't he? You know, just almighty. Thinks he knows everything. He's just got all the answers. How you are my student. I don't know. I mean, like, these people probably signed up for a little bit of that, right? I mean, there's people that like that, like to have a master, have a guru. They like to claim it. But listen, you guys, you're not going to get much credit in heaven saying this was your guru.
If you're gaming our system and we don't like it, you'll get caught. If you are not honoring the spiritual principles that we set forth and you're attaining some sort of result by gaming the system, you will come to atonement or leave. And I'm not telling you you can't do that. You can't, spill juice on my carpet. And just because you spilled juice on my carpet and no one said anything because no one was around to see it, doesn't mean I like my carpets having juice on them. And it doesn't mean that you are going to get away with it when I return. Because I'm going to return at an hour at a time you do not expect.
Oh, I don't even know what kind of punishment I'm going to get for putting juice on his carpet. I mean, that's... what kind of juice? I might be having a little wanky-danky fun over there with, my false twin flame and left a little juice on the carpet. But he ain't gonna like that juice on the carpet or on his bed.
That's very rude.
That is silly. It's like you took my shit
really
and said, "This
inappropriate.
is you. Look at me. Look at me. Look what I've done." And it's not you who's done it. It's me. I've done it. You must honor the relationship, and that's all I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
This is really simple and basic. Honor the relationship, and there's been plenty of time for you to sort through all this bullshit to honor what I'm giving.
Mm-hmm.
Or fuck off. Don't care either way. Really don't care.
And he does care. And this is, I think this is interesting because he really doesn't care. But the truth is Jeff does care because it affects his business. It affects his millions.
If you come here to take and rob, karma will get you.
Anything where you've been manipulating and gaming our system, like, we're finding it.
Karma will come for you.
They love karma too. These New Agers, they love to throw karma in there for everything. It's like if you give to him, then good karma will probably come my way, right? I mean, I get on board and I'm supporting all this and I'll get blessed with karma, good karma. But he's using this in a negative sense, meaning that if you rob from them, if you take from them, whatever that may be, after they've already sunk millions or sunk thousands in with this group, and now they're gonna rob. I think Jeff is really good at reversing his dialogue, where everything really he's saying is exactly what he's doing. He's robbing them. They're not robbing him. I mean, he's seriously, and there's gotta be some level of guilt somewhere deep in there because he knows it. You can almost see it when you look at him and watch his face. He knows that he is robbing and fucking people over. He knows it. And then that's when he says, I don't really care. He does care. Not about robbing people, but about losing people. Because that's really all it is people are just leaving the group. They don't want to be a part of it anymore. They paid their dues, they paid it, and it's their choice to leave.
And this is not a place to play games with karma because the vibe is so high. And you cannot afford to game us.
And God has a very particular agenda with this work and this community, and you don't want to treat God with disrespect here. I highly advise against it.
See, now this threat here, using God like that, this to me is such manipulation and control mentally over people about, it's like you're gonna burn in hell for smoking a cigarette. And that's an example. I remember as a little girl that was told to me, and you're terrified. So it's fear, right? It's this fear that they like to place for people that do believe in God. And so they're using that as a tool, really, like you don't want to fuck with us here because God is on our side. God is on the harmonious twin flame union side.
This is not sunshine and rainbows and candy canes and we're just handing it all out for free. There's a price to what we give.
And you're right, Jeff, it isn't rainbows, sunshine, and candy bars and juice on your carpet. No, it's none of those things. It's just a mind fuck, really.
So, no more engagements or marriages without exclusive permission of the Church of Union. Do not proceed beyond this point without explicit permission with the Church of Union. And if you choose to, and I know some of you are very close to this line, then leave. Or we will politely ask you to leave. We're not going to keep around those who would leech from us. And this is a really, really sacred, intimate, important, big thing. Harmonious union.
There it is, flat out. No more engagements, no more marriages without the permission of Jeff and Shalia. The Church of Union is Jeff and Shalia.
And if you are not getting married together with your twin flame in harmonious union and the support of the church, we have no business together because you've used the church.
You used us.
And we're not okay with being used. If you want to try to use us and that's your game, well, bye.
Bye.
We'll very happily say goodbye. So, for those of you who are attempting to get married,
Or who are currently engaged.
don't you dare proceed without permission from the church.
And not to mention, like, the trust between us would be very damaged.
Obliterated.
Almost irreparably, damaged.
You have expended your opportunity.
Right. And this is not in any way unreasonable, what Jeff and I are saying and what we're asking.
It's excruciatingly generous, as always.
It's generous. And once again, it's the whole reason why we're here. It's the whole reason why we're here.
This is the whole reason why we're here, is to exploit you and take all of your money.
So don't you dare get married without the church. If you're here absorbing my teaching, don't you dare. Who are you getting married for? What do you think we're investing in you for? Do you think that we don't know what we're investing into you? And if you would not be aware and you would deny, you don't deserve to be here. It is a privilege to be here.
So if you know of anyone that is engaged,
If you're considering getting
or
engaged,
if you're considering yourself,
partner with the church.
please pass on this message to them.
Or fuck off. And actually, when you fuck off, that's it. Gone, bye. And if you don't want to bring it to the table and clearly challenge my mastery and enlighten me, then you should shut the fuck up and listen. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And if you don't think that, fuck off. Bye.
Okay, let me wrap it up for you. You aren't the investment, okay? They are the investment. You are spending the money because you have an interest in looking into your twin flame. Everything he does is completely reversed. He makes it sound like you're the problem, that he's put in time and energy and invested into you. You should be lucky to be able to absorb all of his wonderful teachings that you paid thousands for. That's a gift to you because they're so gracious. No, you paid for it. Bottom line with this video, it's all about the harmonious twin flame marriages. And don't you dare get married outside of the Church of Union without their permission. Don't you dare, because they'll gladly say goodbye. The question with that is simple. You spend thousands of dollars and they have the right to kick you out after you spend thousands of dollars. I'll give you something to think about. If you're watching this and you're one of those people that decided that this wasn't for you, services were not rendered, and you kindly left, and if you want to try to get any of your money back, I recommend trying a civil suit on them. Services not rendered. This is a business, people. That's all this is. He is not giving you what you have paid for. Gather, all you guys should be gathering together and putting all your shit together and suing the shit out of these people. These two are nothing but imposters and scam artists, and that's all that they are. But God loves you. All right. Okay. Thank you. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like I'm acting. This is me acting.
Oh.
That's how good I am. Okay, go ahead.